I feel like I'm just kind of standing on my soapbox when it comes to looking at the data. But look at your data, see who's listening, see where they live. I mean, go on to Apple and Spotify and, beyond just the RSS feed and however you host your podcast. Really look to see who's listening. How long are they listening? And when you know more about your audience, it makes you much more sellable. I can say I know exactly who's listening. And if one person buys this sponsor's product, you're going to pay for the sponsorship, in just one sale or whatever. And having that clear data of who's listening, and then the social proof. I think, for me, I have a good sized social media audience. It's not, I'm, not Kim Kardashian, but I mean, across all the platforms, I think I have about 25-ish thousand people that follow me. Those are 25,000 additional people that know, like, and trust me that I can then put the sponsor in front of, depending on the different packages. So look to see who you're talking to, and then don't discount social, and figure out a way that you can really grow and leverage and say, I talk to these people all the time. I get this kind of engagement. That's going to make it, more attractive to a sponsor.
Your business, Next Step Social, is your avatar, your perfect client for the business should be, it sounds like, is the same as the person who listens to your podcast. I assume that's true. Let's just verify it before I move on.
Well, really, it's the people that listen to my podcast, I found, are the people that are still DIYing it. They have a VA. They have someone that they can delegate some of the things that they learn on the show to. They're not quite at the space yet to invest in outsourcing it.
Okay, got it.
It was kind of my early entry, my low ticket offer.
Do you, on your podcast, this is kind of where the question that I wanted to ask, and it's also for the listener, because if they have a show that is correlated with their business, hopefully they'll get something from this. So I do talk about my company a little bit on the podcast in order to get that listener to take steps toward growing what they need, which in a lot of cases means that they need to work with somebody that can support them. And I wanted to understand from you if that's part of your funnel, or are you afraid of, or do you suggest we don't ever mention that we have a business on our podcast?
I tell people, I think it's smart. When I don't have a sponsor, my business is the sponsor of the show. So, I mean, I give my mid-roll to my own business, or to whatever offer it is that I'm trying to get. If I want more emails, then I give away my free content calendar. The content calendar is the sponsor of the show. So, I mean, this is your space. You choose. I mean, for me, it's worked great. I think that, unless we're Joe Rogan, we're any listener and any potential lead is, great. And so that's where, if you have the opportunity to tell them how they can go one step further with you, they're spending 30 minutes in their car with you. And they're probably a little, they probably know, like, and trust you.
Why wouldn't we have a sponsor for our show and be a sponsor of our show?
Totally.
So why wouldn't we have two mid-rolls, for example?
Sure. I mean, everyone's strategy is different. So, right now I have a pre-roll sponsor, but they have an exclusive. So I can't have a mid-roll sponsor. But at the end of every show, I say, if you're interested in talking about your social media strategy, you can get in touch with me here. But I don't have a dedicated ad spot.
I know that you've answered so much. I'm curious. And when I'm curious, sometimes that means the listener is as well. So you talk about, at the end, you can get in touch. It's so funny because I already forgot my question. How embarrassing is that?
I was going to say, sometimes, I'll mention it sometimes, in the middle of the episode too. Whenever you've done a great job of mentioning how people can get in touch with me, it's in the show notes. You did it at the beginning, you did it at the middle. I'm assuming you're probably going to do it at the end, but like for my show, I talk about it in the middle as well. Say like, yeah, I actually have this free content calendar. Be sure to check it in the show notes and da da da. And then I just continue right on. So I mean, I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about what your offer is, like you would, with a person. You're like, oh yeah, I actually have a free content calendar. If you want it, like just let me know.